REED-BBS, BBS. Devin Haney suing Ryan Garcia for battery, fraud, unjust enrichment, and non-consensual fighting. And quite frankly, it's some girly ass shit. It really is. That's the nicest way I can put this all, and I'll explain why it's some girly ass shit. Is there precedence for this? You tell me. You tell me. Is there precedence for this? And I'm not even going to mention the fact Dev, all the while, has been snacked up. He's been all snacked up and shit with Victor Conti. Now he's suing a motherfucker for PED use, huh? Okay. To review, to catch us up, Ryan Garcia, King Rye, the Rye guy, came in like 3.5 pounds overweight, then proceeded to beat the brakes, the brake pads, the calipers, and the rotors, hell, and the pistons off of Devin Haney. He beat every part of a brake. He beat it off Devin Haney that night. Days later, VADA, they found Osterin in the Rye guy's system. Consequently, the win changed to a no contest. Garcia given a year-long suspension and fines by the New York State Athletic Commission. Devin Haney licking his wounds, He ultimately, he was still the champion. He still kept his belt, WBC title, because Ryan was overweight. Subsequently, Devin Haney withdrew from defending that title, said title, against his mandatory Sandor Martin, relinquishing the belt, which I maintain was a major mistake. Dev went from worse to worse. You lost to Ryan, and then you didn't keep your title belt. A title for a fighter like Devin Haney who can't punch a lick, a belt is leverage. Gotta always keep a belt, bro. But anyway, that brings me to this lawsuit. And I'm gonna read certain quotes from Dev's attorney, Pat English, and then I'm gonna break in and have my thoughts, because this shit here is juicy, and I have comments. If you have comments, or if you want to subscribe or like, do that as well. But I'll continue. From Pat English, Devin is the face of boxing because he has challenged the franchise in many ways, by working with multiple promoters, by crossing the sides of the street, and now he's challenging PED use. This is all for the good of the sport. No, clearly it's for the greater good of Devin Haney. And if Dev's the face of boxing, quote unquote, then what is Canelo? What is JakePaul? Maybe Dev's attorney never heard of him. I don't know, but I'll continue. At no time did Devin Haney consent to engage in a bout against a boxer who was positive for a performance-enhancing drug, performance-enhancing procedure, or masking agent, and would not have proceeded with the bout had he known. The New York State Athletic Commission would not have permitted the bout had it known of the positive finding or of Garcia's IV use. Duh! No shit. Thanks for overstating the obvious. In other news, Dev's attorney, water is wet. But I'll continue. Adding insult to the commission and to the sport of boxing, Mr. Garcia has alleged that he was, quote-unquote, high as fuck during his bout with Mr. Haney. This very clearly brings disrepute on the sport of boxing and, by derivation, on the New York State Athletic Commission. How high again? High as fuck. But I continue. The actions of Ryan Garcia and those who assisted him evince a high degree of moral turpitude and demonstrate wanton dishonesty as to imply criminal indifference to his civil obligations, as well as willful or wanton negligence or recklessness, or where there is a conscious disregard of the rights of others or conduct so reckless as to amount to such disregard. Now that's lawyer speak like a motherfucker right there. Evans, I've never said that word nor seen that word until I read this fucking lawsuit. I'm not even sure I'm pronouncing this shit right. Evans, moral turpitude, wanton dishonesty, wanton negligence, wanton, you got me wanting to pick up a motherfucking thesaurus to figure out what the hell you saying, bruh. What we do know is Dev's lawyer has a thesaurus. But let's continue. In the battery count, Haney at no time agreed to engage in a bout against an individual who had taken a performance-enhancing drug. His consent was limited to a bout held fairly and under the rules and prohibitions set forth above. Thus, the fighting by Garcia was non-consensual. Gay! Thus, the fighting by Garcia was non-consensual. Devin Haney suffered damages in that he suffered physical injury, reputational damage, which will amount to millions of dollars, and emotional and mental distress. Look, I got the timeout. A fighter, a man should never use the words non-consensual. Ever, bruh. Like, what are you, a rape victim? Are you a rape? Come on, dude. Like, for real. Did Dev not proofread, or at the very least have his lawyer reread the lawsuit wording to him? Non-consensual fighting. It's like when Aaron Rodgers talks about my body. It's my body. It's my rights. Okay, well, if you're about to have an abortion, sir, then fine. But otherwise, dudes don't need to say non-consensual. We don't need to say them type of words, man, or my body. Like, respectfully, shut the fuck up, bro. Like, for real. Shut the fuck up. Is this boxing or an episode of Law and Order SVU? Dum-dum. You tell me. Anyway, by virtue of his actions, Ryan Garcia was enriched at the expense of Devin Haney to the tune of millions of dollars. Specifically, Ryan Garcia advanced his reputation at the expense of Devin Haney. This translates to significant loss of future earnings for Devin Haney. Ryan Garcia additionally received millions of dollars to which he was not entitled. It is against equity and good conscience to permit Ryan Garcia to retain what is sought to be recovered in this action. Wow, like that's a lot. That's a lot right there. We've all had bad ideas, needed do-overs. It happens. The hope is that your circle prevents you from doing dumb shit like this. And Dev's circle failed him. Simple as. Clearly, Dev is falling apart over the Rye Guy loss. Like, it's apparent. It's abundantly clear. As bad as the loss itself was, his handling of such is much worse. Like, dude literally tried to get Eddie Hearn and DAZN to delete all footage of the fight. He wanted BoxRec to pretend the fight never happened. Then you swinging on civilians at carnivals and shit to no effect. Said it before, said it 1,000 times. Dev should have jumped right back in the ring. He should have defended his title against Sandor Martin to get this very taste, out of his mouth. And instead, Dev continues to wallow in self-pity, denial, and the taste lingers. It's like this, bruh. Osterine, however it's pronounced, it didn't improve Ryan Garcia's left hook, nor his hand speed. This is Dev's California childhood rival. And even back then, Ryan Garcia had hand speed and a killer left hook. Like, the shit ain't no secret. Osterine didn't make Dev meet Ryan in the center of the ring either. The center of that ring. Osterine didn't make that happen. Osterine didn't make Dev get drilled with the first hard left hook Ryan threw neither. Osterine didn't make Devin Haney's defense piss poor neither. In terms of life, Devin Haney's still a baby. Several productive decades of life in front of him. Motherfucker just 25. But right here, right now, I'm telling y'all, as a fighter, we've already seen the best of Devin Haney. His response to this Rye Guy L and this girly ass lawsuit, this is all the evidence you need. Evidence. This is all the evidence you need. Stick a fucking fork in Devin Haney He's done. The defense rests, Your Honor. Dun-dun. REED-BBS, BBS. Blackbird Sugar, Bachelor's in Boxing Studies. Television! Fred Sanford of the Pistol Cards. When all is said and done, there's nothing left to say or do.